In the heart of Alexandria, nestled by the shores of the Mediterranean, stood the grand Library of Alexandria, a beacon of knowledge and wisdom in the ancient world. For centuries, this architectural marvel attracted scholars, philosophers, and scientists, housing scrolls that contained the collective knowledge of civilizations. But in 48 BCE, a catastrophic fire swept through the city, claiming the library and with it, countless works that could have illuminated the course of human history. Now, let us imagine a world where that fire never occurred. Picture a bustling Alexandria, still vibrant with life, and the library thriving as a hub of intellectual exchange. The great minds of antiquity, Euclid, Archimedes, and Eratosthenes, continue their work, their discoveries preserved and built upon. Scholars from every corner of the known world flock to Alexandria, a melting pot of cultures and ideas. With this pivotal moment preserved in time, knowledge spreads like wildfire across the globe. Instead of the gradual rediscovery of classical texts during the Renaissance, imagine that ancient wisdom is continuously woven into the fabric of society. The principles of democracy, for instance, blossom to life much earlier, inspired by the philosophical debates that flourish within the library's walls. As new ideas flow freely, innovations in science and technology advance at an unprecedented pace. Imagine an early understanding of calculus, derived from Archimedes' work, paving the way for more sophisticated engineering marvels. By the time the 1st century AD rolls around, the construction of aqueducts and the principles of optics are well underway, transforming urban development and even sparking an early industrial revolution. Furthermore, the newfound respect for knowledge cultivates a global mentality. Empires expand not through conquest, but through education and enlightenment. Trade routes flourish, not just for goods, but for sharing ideas, medicine, mathematics, astronomy, each discipline growing at an exponential rate. The implications reach far beyond the Mediterranean, perhaps even altering the course of the Silk Road as Eastern and Western scholars collaborate across cultures. But the greatest transformation may lie in philosophy and human rights. Imagine a world where early concepts of universal human dignity take root, fostering movements that advocate for equality, even several centuries earlier than in our timeline. This alternate history asserts that the power of ideas, rather than the sword, shapes the landscape of civilizations. As ideas advance in this alternate timeline, we witness a shift in the way societies perceive governance and justice. The philosophical musings born within the library's halls inspire the creation of more egalitarian systems. Thinkers like Hypatia, a prominent mathematician and philosopher, rise to societal prominence, advocating for a more inclusive approach to governance. The very fabric of civilization begins to incorporate principles of civil rights that challenge long-standing hierarchies, leading to a gradual dismantling of classism and slavery. The implications of this intellectual renaissance ripple throughout history. This empowered mindset allows for the spread of democracy beyond the confines of Greek city-states, encouraging diverse forms of governance to emerge across regions, each blending local customs with the embodied ideals of liberty. The seeds of what would eventually become modern human rights manifest as philosophical dialogues, stimulate a broader acceptance of different cultures and beliefs. Simultaneously, the scientific realm flourishes. With early works on calculus and physics, we witness feats of engineering that reshape the world. Aqueducts and advanced irrigation techniques support urban growth and agricultural innovations, which in turn lead to improved nutrition and health standards across populations. The rudimentary concepts of electricity, teased out of earlier philosophical hypotheses, ignite advancements in communication technologies long before the advent of the printing press. Trade routes become conduits not only for luxury goods, but also for groundbreaking inventions and ideas that transform everyday life. Imagine caravans of merchants traveling along the Silk Road, carrying manuscripts containing the works of Ptolemy, Galen, and comparative studies on Eastern medicinal practices. The resulting exchange informs agricultural practices and healthcare systems on both sides, significantly improving quality of life. As the centuries unfold, this cross-pollination of intellect and compassion leads to a more peaceful coexistence among civilizations. Rather than seizing territories, leaders invest in educational institutions that rival the Library of Alexandria, spreading knowledge as currency. Ultimately, in this reimagined world, knowledge is cherished more than mere conquest. This pivotal shift highlights humanity's capacity for growth through understanding, placing value on intellectual collaboration over brute force. The continuous current of enlightenment not only reshapes history, but also plants the roots for a civilization that thrives on respect for diversity, recognizing that wisdom transcends borders and defines our journey as one interconnected society. In summary, this alternate timeline showcases the transformative power of ideas in fostering an enlightened world. With the Library of Alexandria intact, humanity experiences an earlier awakening to democracy, human rights, and scientific advancements. It's a testimony to the potential that lies within our shared quest for knowledge, one that can indeed change the course of history for the better.